Happy Sunday, folks. Just wanted to do a video about the Beckford Pencilfish. So these guys only get, they only get a little over 2 inches. You can see them kind of swimming around here. They are native of the Amazon River Basin. And they're a pretty neat fish for a community tank because of how they school. I personally like them. The thing I was really looking for, I was looking for a fish that would school, have neat behavior. You can see how they're kind of moving together. And would basically go well in a shrimp tank. And they have a small mouth. I'm sure they may eat, maybe a few baby shrimp, some really tiny ones here and there. But for the most part, if you look, I've got a lot of shrimp in this tank. See if I can, for example, it's hard to see them all just because they're kind of hidden up under here, but there are no shortage of shrimp in this tank. And so, for example, like a small cichlid, like a blue German ram, would pretty much pick this tank clean of shrimp. So, speaking from experience. But look, here's a little baby one right here. These guys, they've been laying eggs like crazy in the plants, and some of the moss and stuff. I don't know how they're making it. I haven't done anything. I just started noticing that I had some shrimp in here I'm sorry, not shrimp, but that I was just getting more and more, Beckford Pencilfish. And I was like, how many do I have in here? And lo and behold, they've been laying eggs, and, somehow they're making it. So my guess is they've been eating maybe some of the algae, or I don't know. I don't know what they're making it off. So no clue. But it's just kind of weird because I actually got this tank, to try to breed some fish, and then I got the shrimp tank, and the shrimp, are like rabbits if you have the right environment, and then put them in here, and lo and behold, away we go. So, but even little tiny, shrimp are doing okay in here. So, for example, if you look, there's a really tiny crystal red. You can see how small it is to my finger. It's pretty tiny. But I don't have a good way to zoom, but there's a lot of shrimp in here. The other thing, here's the bigger ones. I moved the bigger adults over here into the 120, and they've done really well. Great fish. I'll include 2 links with stories on it. Excuse me, I've been fighting a cold. The other thing on the Beckford Pencilfish, I'll tell you, is they can really tolerate temperatures as high as 82 degrees. If you get a bunch of them, they'll school with tetras. Here you see them kind of hanging out with the rasboras. And these are adults, but they're really pretty. That looks like a male right there. The males tend to have white-tipped pectoral fins, and as you notice, as they get older, they kind of color up and have some red. The females look a little more golden to me than the males, but anyway. That's kind of it. I don't know what's going on with my discus, just as an FYI. They're hiding, and they're just acting really... I'm going to do a water test today and see if there's something going on with my water, and I'm getting ready to do another water change. But somebody had asked about the Beckford Pencilfish. I think they're a great fish, personally, especially for a shrimp tank or if you want, they're really small. You know, they're 2 inches. They have a very small mouth. They're not going to be aggressive and eat anything. They'll do well with angels. They'll do well with discus. You know, if you have the really small ones, really tiny ones, you might have a problem with your angels eating them, but they're a very quick fish. So it's, I would be, I don't know, I don't think an angel could catch one, just in my opinion, but they're like little hummingbirds. I mean, they just zip around. But I like them. I think they're a great fish. I'm not gonna go on and on about stuff that's just like you can go read on Google. I'll put 2 stories on Google, or two stories that I Googled for. One from the Tropical Fish Hobby magazine, and another from well, anyway, you'll see the links. But if you want to go read about the fish, I think they're a great fish. So, and that's all I know to tell you. So they're not as colorful as some, but they're fun to watch. They kind of zip around. They're curious. They're kind of a lot like a rainbow, except they're smaller. And rainbows tend to jump out of the water. These guys don't really jump out of the water, but they'll zip around a lot. They'll school, and they have attitude, if that makes sense. When they swim, they're fun to watch. So very curious. They're a curious fish. But hey, you guys, thanks for watching. Happy Sunday. I did lose a discus. And matter of fact, if you go watch I think the video on the heater, there was a discus, and I didn't say anything during the video, but I could tell it was kind of swimming funny, looked a little lethargic, had a white dot on it. Honestly, no clue what happened to it. I just found it the next morning and it was gone. Kind of a bummer. I got them in May, over the holiday. I'm trying to think what that is. Is that Memorial Day? I always get Memorial and Labor Day confused. But anyway, holiday in May is when I got them here in the States. But, you know, it's just kind of a risk you take when you get the small ones. They were 2 inch. And so, for example, the color's been really good. And I'm not really happy with, see his fin? It should be big. I mean, he just looks down. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with him. But that's not how you want to see the fins. You want to see the fins popping up big. Like that guy in the back has got his fins. Well, let's see if you can see it right there. Well, if the rainbow gets out of the way. But his fins are up. But they're just, they're very antisocial. They're hiding in the back. I don't know if they're like looking at nesting or whatever. One of the things I'll say about this discus is this small one right here. It just barely got above the 2 inch mark. It eats okay. It's poor in color. It's black, but it's just kind of a runt. And I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know what's going on with it. But ironically, I mean, it's doing better than the one that was very, very blue and had the white dot on it. So there's no telling what. I might have done something wrong. I got sick and had a fever and stuff, and so my tank went probably almost 2 weeks. Well, a good solid week without a water change. And then I still was like, had a little bit of a fever, and I tried to change the water on this tank. And if you're running a fever, it's really hard to touch the water and figure out what the temperature is. So that was kind of a mess up. That didn't help things any, if that makes sense. But I put the water in a lot warmer than what I usually do. But anyway, hindsight's 20/20. But one other comment: I caught about 10 Beckford Pencilfish from this tank. Sold them at my local fish store because they're just replicating like crazy. There's even babies hidden down in there in the plants. But and then the other thing that I did is the 2 rainbow. You know, I had 3 of these rainbows, turquoise. I caught 2 of them and then took them to my local fish store just to try to give her a break. I mean, she had like 3 guys, driving her crazy, and they were all fighting and running around and zipping and zapping and chasing each other. So I'm thinking that the male-female turquoise and then the male-female Bosemani will do pretty well. I think there'll be less aggression and less noise. So, and I'm just kind of concerned. I don't know what's going on with my discus, so I'm really focused on them and making them happy. So I'm thinking I got maybe too much noise in this tank. We'll see, but yeah, it's all about the discus. So you folks that love the rainbow, sorry, it is what it is. But hey, happy Sunday! Thanks for watching. And the next video I'm going to do is on my liquid ferts and kind of what I do. And see, this guy's looking a little better. See how the fins are? That's what you want to see. So maybe he's just waking up this morning. I don't know, or he's nervous. See, his fins are back down now. But you really want to see them kind of pop out and flare, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe he's just waking up. But hey, you guys, thanks for watching. Happy Sunday. And let me know what else you guys want to see. The next video is going to be on liquid ferts. And then I've actually got 2 trips I took to the Tennessee Aquarium in Chattanooga. Great aquarium. Great facility. Recommend anybody in the area if you have a chance to check it out. If you're driving through there. It's actually worth spending the night in Chattanooga just to see it. But I've got some video of that I'm going to put. I even got a VIP tour. They got some very large saltwater tanks and saw their filtration system. And it looked like something on a submarine. I mean, the motors, anyway, all the stuff they were doing. Their quarantine area, I got to see it, and very cool. Some really neat people there, very smart, know what they're doing, and the operation they have is top notch. So, and once again, that's Tennessee Aquarium Chattanooga. But I'm trying to put all that together in a video. It's probably going to be about 30 minutes because there was 2 huge trips I took with, I was there several hours twice with video. So anyway, all right, I didn't mean to make this so long, but you know how I do. But anyway, bad habit. But hey, happy Sunday. You guys take care. And hopefully I'll get another video up for you guys on liquid ferts sometime early next week. Take care.